I need Davion's sister to watch this video. This video is specifically for Davion's mother and father and his siblings. Now, I haven't scrolled on TikTok for a long time, and yesterday I did for the first time in a long time, and I watched so many people giving their reactions to the Netflix documentary, The Crash. So I don't even watch TV, and yesterday something told me, watch that documentary. Like, you have to watch it. So nighttime came around 11:30. I put it on. I watched it. And what I have to say is the most unsettling, it's just unsettling that stood with me. And I have to give this message to specifically Davion's father for some reason. He said something that resonated with me and made my hair stand up. If you watch this video, your father said, I want to know the truth no matter how. He said, I would be eternally grateful if she would just tell me the truth so I can know how his last moments were, something along those lines, no matter how horrendous or how bad it may be. And that's the thought that stood with me, is this man lost his son. His wife had to walk out of the courtroom and physically throw up. Loved their son so very much. And they were, in my record, the only parents that actually were telling their children to do the right thing. And this is why it's so important that you watch this video. So I'm about to tell you exactly what happened, just because if you look based on my profile, I'm not an influencer, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, I'm just a person that sometimes I just speak what's on my mind and I connect it to who has to hear the message, and that's it. That's all I try to do, is just bring peace to people. And let me tell you this, I posted about this case when it first happened, and I posted about it and I was just disgusted by it. Now, let's get into the message here. This is exactly what happened. So the purpose of this is because I want your father, you, your mother, your sisters, brothers to have closure. But this is what happened. So based on the details and my intuition, which is very strong, they got into the car. Prior to that though, let's start with Davion staying at Dominic's and Mackenzie's house for 2 weeks. They tried to paint the picture in the documentary like Mackenzie was happy that Davion was there and she was getting closer to him, but in reality, Dominic was planning on leaving Mackenzie. He became friends with Davion. More, he got closer to Davion, and Davion is closer to God, if that makes sense. And his father, your father, was telling him, smoking is bad, you have to do this, you got to do the right thing. Very, very good father. And Davion was not going to feel right or feel okay with Dominic being, literally emotionally abused around him. So I don't know him. I didn't know him. God rest his soul. But just looking at him, he reminds me of one of my cousins that played football. My god brother, my baby cousin, Edward. And he looked like such a good person. He looked like the type of kid that would grab his friend and grab Dominic and said, let's pray, and let's get you out the situation. I'm going to come to your house for 2 weeks, because we all know, okay, I'm a millennial. So if you're in a relationship and you live with your boyfriend and your boyfriend's friend comes to live with you for 2 weeks, like the in-laws coming over, it's like, what is he doing here, babe? I don't want him here. I'm uncomfortable. You know what I mean? So teenagers and young adults know, everybody knows, if a guy friend comes over and you guys are rocky, that may mean that you're going to move out. That guy friend's going to move in, and they're going to go to the next level together, and you're going to stop leeching off of that said ex-boyfriend. You get it? So when she realized that he was really set on leaving her. Maybe something was said when she realized that Davion had Dom's back and Dom was decided. She made her mind up and she didn't care what would happen to her. Okay, because I've never broken a rib or anything like that, and she broke 3 and she was taking selfies at a hospital. So that tells you a lot about a person. That being said, that night, it wasn't amicable at all. The fact that they got to the residence at midnight and they were intended to get there earlier is suspicious. Definitely Davion was not well liked by Kenzie or RNL. I get that vibe. And he was just there as Dom's guardian angel, it seems like, and like a really great friend. And I believe they got into the vehicle, and by the time they realized what she was actually doing, they both tried to intervene. The car was put in neutral, then in drive. Davion was on his phone seconds, before 30 seconds, I believe, before the crash. So it's very straightforward, unfortunately, what happened in those last moments. And she will never tell because she's holding on to that last shred of hope. She's still young. Her frontal lobe hasn't developed. She believes that she has a chance that people are going to believe this bit. But we are not. And I have faith that hopefully in less than 10 years, she'll come to her senses and she'll tell exactly what happened and give that closure and allow your family to grieve properly. So for now, that is what I can offer. I hope this helps in some way, shape, or form. But I know that there's a lot of people like me in the world that watched that documentary and they feel the exact same way. And what resonated with me most was your father and what he said. So I hope this message gets to you, your father, your mother, your siblings. God bless you guys. Good luck with the scholarship. I think that's amazing. And have a great day. Peace out.